संबोधन करने जा रहे हैं सचिव युवा कार्यक्रम विभाग, युवा कार्यक्रम और खेल मंत्रालय, भारत सरकार, आदरणीय श्रीमती उषा शर्मा जी से उद्बोधन के लिए।
My respects to Honorable Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports, Information and Broadcasting, Shri Anurag Singh Thakur ji, Ms. Deirdre, UN Resident Coordinator, awardees, my colleagues, media persons, and friends who are present in this hall. It gives me immense pleasure to be participating in this International Youth Day celebrations today. Since 1999, this day is being celebrated as the International Youth Day. It therefore gives me an opportunity to celebrate and mainstream young people's voices, actions and initiatives. Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports has been celebrating the International Youth Day to recognize the role of young women and men as essential partners in nation building. On this occasion of International Youth Day, the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports also has been presenting the prestigious National Youth Awards every year. The National Youth Awards are conferred upon young men and women and voluntary organizations in recognition of their outstanding work in the field of national development and social service. In 2020, the Ministry celebrated the International Youth Day on the theme of Youth Engagement for Global Action. This theme resonated with the core functions of the Ministry towards promoting volunteering amongst people in India and encouraged them for civic engagement. During the year, several activities and events were organized in partnership with national and international organizations catering to this youth agenda. I take this opportunity to recognize the role of young women and men of this country during the ongoing pandemic, as millions of youth have immensely contributed as frontline volunteers and have stepped up the challenges at hand. The theme of International Youth Day 2021 is Transforming Food Systems, Youth Innovations for Human and Planetary Health. In the current pandemic context, food and nutrition security has become one of the paramount importance, particularly for the vulnerable and marginalized section of the society. In this context, the role of our youth assumes an even greater significance. I am glad that the youth of India have been playing a multifaceted role as change makers, innovators, young and spirited entrepreneurs, selfless volunteers safeguarding community interests, also enhancing own awareness while creating community awareness. All these roles are very, very critical to maintain and uplift the fabric of our society's health and their well-being, especially in times of crisis like COVID-19. Youth development remains the priority of the government's agenda. Towards this end, the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports has fostered partnerships with multiple stakeholders. I would here like to mention the ongoing partnership with the Ministry and the UN agencies such as UN Volunteers, UNDP, UNICEF, UNESCO amongst others. The Department of Youth Affairs is collaborating with UNDP and UN Volunteers for strengthening our Nehru Yuva Kendra Sangathan and National Social Service Scheme, and with UNICEF under the banner of Yuva to build capacity and create opportunities for youth. Through these partnerships, the Ministry has not only been supporting young people realize their potential, but also utilizing their relentless energy and passion towards nation building. At this momentous occasion, I therefore take this opportunity to congratulate all the awardees of National Youth Awards 2017 and 18 and 2018 and 19. I also congratulate the winners of the Social Objectives-led Volunteer Enterprise Development Challenge organized by Department of Youth Affairs in collaboration with UNB and UNDP, a platform created in collaboration with the Ministry of Youth Affairs, UNB and UNDP for identifying youth-led entrepreneurial solutions in the thematic area of creating sustainable food value chain systems. With an increased policy focus on youth demographics in recent years among government, young people and researchers, it has now become crucial to understand young persons' ability to effectively be the change makers in the society. I once again take this opportunity to call upon the youth of India to build with us a holistic and inclusive framework, and I once again congratulate all of you on this International Youth Day. Thank you so much.
The gracious presence of Ms. Deirdre Boyd. Ma'am is the UN Resident Coordinator for India since July 2021. Ms. Boyd has over 30 years of experience within the UN system, working across a range of sustainable development issues in various parts of the world. May I humbly request respected ma'am to kindly address the August gatherings, ma'am, please.
Honourable Minister, Secretary Ms. Sharma, has much to share with the world. It's a country at the edge of the demographic dividend, where we're going to have more young people as part of the population with their energy, their skills, their enthusiasm. Young people have power to affect change. They have fresh and innovative ideas for the progress of the country and are stepping forward to take on challenges and give a helping hand, as we saw, for example, from the massive support provided by young people during the recent pandemic surge. The United Nations of India is a very proud partner of the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, and we're privileged to have supported the Ministry in a number of initiatives for the national ecosystem of aspiration and well-being for young people, as well as for the formulation of the landmark National Youth Policy. The NYNS and NSS volunteers, the National Youth Award and the SOLD Challenge winners are another example of our partnership. And we'd like to thank the Ministry for convening this meeting today. Young people across the world play a critical role in advancing the agenda for sustainable development. In our Sustainable Development Goals, we have at least 20 youth-specific targets, and more than one-third of the entire agenda focuses on the empowerment, participation and well-being of young people. One such example, if I can give, is the Young Warrior movement that we launched in May this year to combat COVID-19 under the stewardship of the Ministry and with support from the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. And under the Ministry's leadership, over a brief span of just 3 months, this multi-platform initiative triggered 6.5 million innovative youth-led activities. The youth in India are leading these innovations and shaping the world. But let us not forget that youth are also vulnerable. Globally, 1.5 billion students have been affected by school closures due to COVID, and many young people, especially in the informal sector, have lost jobs in this pandemic. But despite these setbacks, youth have remained flag bearers of unity and hope everywhere in the world. Recognizing this potential of young people and to further support learning and development during the continuing COVID-19 crisis, today we're activating the Young Warrior Next initiative. This will aim to enable 10 million young people in India with essential skills for employment and also promote initiatives focused on mental and emotional well-being. This can transform youth into the leaders of tomorrow. Finally, on behalf of the entire United Nations team in India, I'd like to congratulate the winners of the National Youth Awards and the winners of the Solve Challenge. We wish you the very best and encourage you to keep innovating and to encourage others to innovate so that we can collectively transform our world to a place where no one is left behind. Once again, our profound thanks to you, Minister, and to your team, and to our young champions all coming together on this important day. Thank you.
Deirdre Boyd, UN Resident Coordinator.